Yo, what's going on, guys? Beyond the Numbers back again with another video for you. This time, not going to be about Luka Doncic. I know I've been getting a little annoying. I only posted 2 videos, but everyone's going at me like, man, you got 5 subscribers, you got 2 videos, they're both on Luka, get off his nuts. Guys, I get it. I'm new. That's the games I was watching that day. I wanted to share my opinion. I shared my opinion. Let's move on now. Let's move on. I wanted to talk about the Lakers. LeBron James and the Lakers. LeBron James and the Lakers. It seems like everybody wants to talk about LeBron and the Lakers, even when the playoffs are going on and the Lakers aren't in the playoffs. They didn't make the play-in tournament. There's good teams out there that are playing. But no, we got to talk about the Lakers. Nah, I'm kidding. I'll talk about any team. But what I wanted to talk about specifically was these rumors going around that Zach Lavine is going to be a Los Angeles Laker. Leave a comment below what you think, how you think that would fit. But the main thing I wanted to speak about in regards to that is, can they even get Zach Lavine? Is there like an avenue where it's even possible that they can take on his contract? There is. I've been looking into it, and Lavine is actually, he's been in the media. Well, originally it came from LeVar Ball that he said Zach Lavine wants to be a Laker. He's kind of tired of DeMar DeRozan getting all the praise, DeMar DeRozan getting all the shots. So apparently Zach is not happy in Chicago and he wants out. And they even asked him, and he said he's always been a Laker fan, and he has an open-minded approach heading into free agency. So it's not something that's totally not possible. It's possible, but it seems like there's a lot that has to happen for this to even work out. Because let's say he's totally interested, fully interested. He wants out of Chicago. He wants to play in LA. He wants to play with LeBron and AD, even though it kind of doesn't make sense, because like, if you don't want to be second fiddle to DeRozan, what do you think you're going to be with AD and LeBron? I don't know. It doesn't make sense. But let's say he doesn't want to be second fiddle to DeRozan, but he doesn't mind being second fiddle to someone like all-time great like LeBron and a champion in Anthony Davis. Whatever the case may be, whatever's going on in his mind, that's fine. What do the Lakers need to do to be able to take on his contract, to get Lavine? With just LeBron, AD, and if they were to get Lavine, they would be the only 3 players under contract. The Lakers would only have about $36 million of cap space to fill out the rest of their roster. This means they have to find a deal that can get Westbrook out of there, because Westbrook, I believe, is making like $47 million for next year, and that's not something you can't afford Lavine if Westbrook's already there making that much. And as we've seen from last season, I'm pretty sure Westbrook's not going to be there next year. Lakers have come out and made some assumptions that Westbrook is not going to be gone. They want to keep Westbrook, continue to see if they can get a healthy season with LeBron and AD and Westbrook, see how that goes. But realistically speaking, I'm thinking they're going to probably move on, but remains to be seen. So there has to be a third team willing to involve themselves, a third team that will take on Westbrook's salary dump, because he only has 1 year left on his contract. So it's a good way for a team to get rid of another contracted player on their roster that's signed more long term, in order to bring in Westbrook, whereas like 1 year he'll play, next year that salary is gone. $47 million opens up on the books where they can continue to rebuild, for instance. But the Lakers do have to kind of be okay with parting ways with Kendrick Nunn, THT. Malik Monk is a free agent this year, which means, this is kind of what I don't understand about it, because Malik Monk is a free agent. He's probably going to leave. I mean, he kind of likes playing on the Lakers, but it seems like he's going to leave, especially if they're thinking about bringing Lavine in. And realistically, as great of a player Lavine is, he's a great shooter, he's a slasher that's great going to the basket. He doesn't do anything a lot better than Malik Monk did for the Lakers last year. Malik Monk was kind of like a shining light on the Lakers' terrible season. Like, Lakers had a terrible season, but Malik Monk was the one thing that is like, okay, that was positive. He was actually scoring, like he was having big games. He was clutch. Like, Malik Monk was probably one of the only players on the Lakers that was doing his job. Lakers can't swap Russ and like picks for Lavine straight up, because Lavine's salary is short of the like 37 million of Westbrook's salary, and that wouldn't be legal to make that trade, so it can't be a straight on swap. So they have to get a third team involved in there. I'm not sure how many teams there actually are that are willing to take on Russell's contract, but like I said, with the salary dump situation, it's not something that I would say it's not possible that it will happen, because a lot of teams are trying to free up salary, and that's a good way to free it up. Another option is the Lakers can buy out Westbrook. Seems like something that Jeannie Buss wouldn't be very likely to do, but it's kind of something that she might have to do, because $47 million on your books is not something you can really live with. If they do get Lavine, what do you guys think? Are they going to be a championship team? I personally think the Lakers are a lot further away from a championship than just a Zach LaVine. You get a Zach LaVine, like I said, you have about $36 million of cap space to fill out the rest of your roster. It's the same thing that happened last season. They took on LeBron, AD, and Westbrook, huge contract. They filled the rest of the roster with veteran minimums. Few players like THT was getting paid $9 million a year, and they filled the rest with veteran minimums. And I mean, we all saw how that went, guys. We all watched how that unfolded. They were 33-49, which was good for 11th in the Western Conference. They missed the play-in tournament. Like, it was an embarrassing season for the Lakers. LeBron was in his year 19 averaging 30 points per game, but what good does that do if you're 11th place and missing the playoffs entirely? And the Lakers, just in my opinion, the Lakers have a lot to think about, man. This isn't something where you can just kind of scrap up some players and then go win a title. I don't think it's that easy. There's a lot of teams in the Western Conference that are going to be better next year. I mean, Denver's going to get Jamal Murray back. The Clippers are going to get Kawhi and PG fully healthy, and they have one of the deepest squads in the league. We don't know what Utah's going to do, but Dallas is hopefully going to be better if they can pair someone with Luka, make that team a little bit better. There's just a lot of teams out west. Like, Phoenix is going to be good. Even if Ayton leaves them, Phoenix is not going to be out of the playoffs. They're still going to be a playoff team. Like, there's Warriors, obviously, Memphis. Like, there's a lot of teams. So I don't know how the Lakers expect to succeed in the future, in the near future, if they just continue to just hold on to these big contracts and fill the rest with vet minimums. Because realistically, like, LeBron has been injured. He's played in the Lakers for 4 years. He's been injured probably three out of those 4 years. He's had the groin, the high ankle sprain. He had a abdomen injury this year. He had like a knee injury. Just like, it's crazy. Like, in the last, LeBron missed 27 games this last season. He missed 5 the year that they won a championship, the 2020. He missed 27 games his first year with the Lakers. It's just, he's showing his age. Like, yeah, he's scoring 30 points per game, but that's taking out so much from him, and he's not showing up on defense. He's staying on the offensive side of the court while the other team's running down the Lakers' throats on the other end. So this isn't, I personally don't think, let me know what you guys think, but I personally don't think this is a recipe for success in the future. AD has, in the last 4 years, he's played 40 games one year, 36 games another year, 62 games another year, 56 games. He's played for 10 seasons in the league. 10 seasons. And there's only been 2 seasons where Anthony Davis has played 70 games. 2 seasons out of 10 where he's played 70 games. That's just, he's only 28 years old, guys. That's not a recipe for success. So the Lakers got to free up some cap space. I don't know if they want to trade AD. I know it sounds blasphemous, but LeBron is not really a player that you can win a championship with right now with this constructed roster. Like, the Lakers are a team where LeBron in his whole career has succeeded based off him being physical and having shooters around him. He's had great teammates, don't get me wrong. It's nice to have another playmaker with him, which is something that the Lakers should be looking for. Maybe like a Jalen Brunson, another guy that can play make. But other than a second guy that'll be running with them, he needs shooters. That's all the Lakers need, is 3-and-D guys. If you want to be successful with a guy like LeBron James, you need 3-and-D guys. And that's not a recipe that the Lakers have used other than 2020. They had some 3-and-D guys in 2020, and they were able to be successful that year. bubble or not, whatever, they won the title. It happened, and yeah, that's great. So like I feel like they've gotten the success out of LeBron already, and it wouldn't be such a bad idea to move on, in my opinion. It wouldn't be a crazy idea to move on. But yeah, I mean, that's how I feel about what's going on with the Lakers. Can they be successful next year? What's successful? Make the playoffs? Maybe. Win a championship? I don't think, even with Lavine, as impossible as it sounds to get Lavine, I don't think that's something they're going to be able to do. So, I mean, we'll see, man. We'll see how this unfolds. We'll see how the Lakers go into the summer, what moves they're going to make. Is Jeanie Buss going to get someone that knows basketball to take care of the operations? Because I don't know what is going on in that organization right now. They've become a laughingstock, and I'm sure Jerry Buss is looking down, and he's pissed off, man. So anyway, thank you for watching, everyone. Go ahead and like this, comment, subscribe, whatever you can. I appreciate you guys supporting me, and I guess we'll see you next time.